Shalom, everyone. So, Muhammad is said to be the best of all the prophets. He is said to be the best human that ever walked the earth. And yet, unlike Yeshua, Muhammad actually never cast out any unclean spirits from people. Muhammad never raised anyone from the dead, and he certainly never healed anyone. However, you will have some Muslims, or most Muslims, who actually are desperate enough to make up stories and claim that Muhammad was the best and that he in fact did perform many miracles. You will also have, Muslim scholars, Muslim preachers like Zakir Naik, who actually said that there are a few hundred miracles in the Quran and Hadith which apparently Muhammad performed. Now, some of these miracles, actually, apparently, according to him, there's 100, but I will mention just a few, and one of them, and I think I've spoken about it previously, or it might have been a post that I posted in my Facebook group called Exposing True Islam to Muslims. But, one of his miracles is said to be his night's journey, where he went to heaven and back in one night, which I won't talk about in detail. His second miracle was apparently that he made water flow, through his arms and this hand, and the story behind that is that he was with a group of people and they were kind of complaining to him that, they didn't have any water to drink or, to do wudu, which wudu is the compulsory cleaning before each prayer. And so then he put his hands over a pot and he made water flow and he, helped those people, and those people then had water to drink. What other stories are there? Oh, and of course, I think one of the most famous stories, and I'm going to call it that instead of miracles, is that it is said that Muhammad actually split the moon in two. And that happened as a result of the Meccans at the time, or the pagans, asking him for, miracles and signs to prove that he indeed was, Allah's prophet. And so it is said that there's kind of a couple of versions of the story where some people say he, sort of pointed at the moon and the moon then, split in two. And some people also say that he cut the actual moon in two with his sword. And then, however, also putting it back together, which is absurd in itself. But anyway, and so I think I'd have to say that the miracles that he apparently so-called performed actually go against the Qur'an itself, because the Qur'an actually clearly rejects any performance of miracles, of Muhammad. And it is said that the only miracle of Muhammad from Allah is the Quran itself. And I do want to read a verse from the Quran, from Surah 29, verse 51, and it says, "And it is not sufficient for them that we reveal to you the book which is recited to them. Indeed, in that is a mercy and reminder for a people who believe." Now, it is fair to say that Allah actually does support Muhammad in the Quran. However, it identifies him, or should I say, Allah identifies him as a mere warner only. And in Surah 17, verse 59, it reads, "What stopped us from sending miracles is that the previous generations have rejected them." So I think, it's pretty much telling people why Muhammad wasn't blessed with, performing miracles, because, Allah sort of said that previous generations rejected any miracles. Now, it's very clear from, reading and researching that when Muhammad was actually asked to perform miracles, he actually remained silent, or he actually told them straight out, "Look, I'm a mere human, I don't have any special powers, and I'm here just as a warner." So Muhammad actually clearly stated and told people that. And there in the Quran is about 20 or so passages which clearly talk about that, which talk about Muhammad's actual inability to perform miracles. And so when you have Muslims who talk about all of these miracles, yes, they are going against the Qur'an. And, you know, I'd like to just add that they are just mere stories, as I keep saying. Muhammad definitely never performed any miracles, and he was clear from even his own words. And that all those so-called miracles were never actually documented, they weren't never witnessed, but they are stories in and of itself. So I sort of just wanted to do a really short video just on that, just to point out a few things. And I will be working on another Islamic video, which I do want to upload in a day or so. So that's coming up as well, which is really exciting. Well, the topic is anyway. So yeah, until next time, thank you all for listening, and shalom.